this video we are playing Find the Foodkins around the world. So I love the little intro bit where you can see all the players and where they are. That's really nice. So I have ordered this video by the locations and we are starting off in the initial place of the kitchen. So coming into the map and we start in the freezer, and look at that scripting, the freezer door opens and we can see the maps. I love that. There are 2 zip lines. The green will take you down into the kitchen and then the other one will actually take you right the way through to the Candyland. And I absolutely love this. So you start off with what would have been the Foodkins in the index, and then they turn into the Foodkins you would have found around the map, which are like the 3D models. So I absolutely love this. I actually really did like Find the Foodkins. I fell out of love with that game when they forced you to rebirth. I think it was like 3 or 4 times when they added Candyland in, and it just really spoilt it. I didn't want to lose the 300. Not once, not twice, not 3 times. So I just kind of stopped playing. So I'm really glad that this game has come out, to be honest, because I've fallen in love with the Foodkins all over again. And again, a lovely bit of scripting because you can turn the microwave on. I love it. You know, they could actually add a bit more in, so you could turn the tap on, you could put the hob on. But it's really nice. The maps are lovely. This feels like a kitchen, and I sort of feel like an insect sort of size. I love it. And by having those cartoons that turn into the 3D models, it makes it really nice and simple to know which ones you've found. But again, it just brings that movement, that bit of life. Here on each of the maps, you can check which ones you have and which ones you don't have. If you go into the index, you can, again, like Find the Foodkins, can pay for your hints when you've collected the coins. And for the developers, they've already got all of these characters from the other games, so they're not sort of recreating the characters, they're just reinventing them or reinventing the map. And as you go up the ranks, you will get sort of 3 times speed, double jump. So whilst you're in the kitchen, you know, you are very basic, but you will get perks, obviously, the more that you play. So I've now got 2 times speed. We've got some lovely ones hidden inside of sort of containers. But this is still really accessible, so you know it would appeal to the younger players of Roblox, or the kind of players who are new to scavenger hunts, or if you are a scavenger hunt enthusiast like myself. I've really enjoyed this game. It's been a really nice way to pass the time. And if I can ask, if you do enjoy this video or any other from JudgementTV, if you can please help to support my channel by liking this video, drop me a comment, subscribing to my channel, and most of all, coming back to see some more of my videos. Thank you so much. I don't think I've noticed any sort of new ones in the map yet, I don't think. I love the fact that if you jump in the soup, you die. Again, it's like that sort of almost realism. I think they need to also do it that if you jump in the toaster, you die. They do have that annoying thing coming up with the notifications, and if you want to like and favourite the game, but I'm getting that on most games now, so it's fine. And look, you've got the pictures on the fridge as well. That is such a nice touch to the map for the players that are in the game. part of me, I don't know, I think I prefer this game over Find the Foodkins, as hard as that is to believe. I don't know, I like the little segmented maps. I think if they can add some of like the fans and the things that carry you across like they did in Foodkins, I think it would just be like kind of finishing touch to this game that would elevate it past their original one. See, look, you can get sucked up into the extractor fan. I love it. And you do get a badge, obviously, if you do die that way as well. So for this one, you actually interact with the magnets on the fridge. And you're looking for the one with the note, with the red magnet holding it. And all I did was just click on that. So just mind the zip line, but just click on the magnet where the big red sort of button is. And you will see Palmera appear there, and you can just jump down and collect it. If you do get stuck with any of the Foodkins, I do have an order list available in my video description with some timestamps to the relevant locations, or please do drop me a comment. I'm more than happy to help where I can. Massive stack of blueberry pancakes. Oh, that looks absolutely delicious for breakfast. And this is sort of a very American themed area. We need to get the Brit theme area in there, UK, do you know what I mean? Like fish and chips, roast dinner, scones, sandwiches, do you know what I mean? Like all of the Brit food in there with sort of like Big Ben and a double-decker bus and a red phone box. Buckingham Palace. And look at this, when you go near the fire or you're on the fire, you turn red and you get damage. Again, I love that. What a lovely touch to this game. And then you die. Oh, it's amazing. This is why I say that I have sort of fallen in love with Find the Foodkins again. I really hope that they don't go down the same avenue to make you rebirth to get some. That was really disappointing, so please don't do that for this game. And look, I'm turning red again. And you just know, looking at that fire, that marshmallow's going to be at the top. And there we go, on the stick. Some of them are slightly temperamental sometimes to collect, but just keep bumping into them. Again, the only thing that I'd say that they could do to improve this game is, I know you have various badges given to you throughout the game, but none of these are badges, the actual food themselves. And then I think the next game, you've got to be able to morph into them. I would love to run around the map as these little cute Foodkins. I think that would be really great. Love the teleport up through the donut hole. And of course we've got the kind of Squid Game left or right, and of course you know I've got it wrong, but this time I'm gonna get it. When you eventually get double jump and the speed, you can literally jump on one and you'll make it all the way across. We have goldfish cracker, I love that, it's so sweet. Although we don't have them here in the UK, you'd have to go to kind of where they sell the American foods. So you are going to have to potentially go through the donut quite a few times, because as you can see we've got the drop onto the mayonnaise there. So jumping down onto the garland with the stars, we find corn dog. Something I've never had. They're nice. Is it like a battered sausage on a stick? I don't know. And then making our way to the end of the garland, the other side, we have pizza bagel. Now that I could get on board with, I might have to try and make one of those for the kids. Back through the donut to the top again. And we have soda bottle on top of the ketchup. I really do like these maps. I think if they were going to do the American theme, like where is the American flag, or a lot more of the red, white and blue involved. If you're going to go American, you may as well go all out. We can find onion rings tucked underneath that bit of decoration there. That's a nice little tucked away one. I suppose what they kind of bargain on is people don't really look up when they're running around these maps. So we can see one on the zip wire. You can just sit in the middle of the map. So I'm not sure if you can get to it via a platform. Obviously I didn't have double jump at the time. Coming down onto the barbecue and we find slush, although it's not going to be a slush very long if it's on top of a barbecue. But again, love the barbecue. But the one I love the most, see, corned beef, well again, because it's hot, we're burning and we'll die. So basically the only way that I found through to this one is for you to die and then your dismembered body part to hit corned beef. I love that. So again, just trying again. And look, my head has rolled into corned beef. I like the kind of American diner booths, they're nice. So there is one again. So Paella was a group join in Find the Foodkins. It's a group join again here. So unfortunately I don't join groups, as you know, if you are a fan or viewer of my channel, but you can go ahead and join the group if you want to get Paella and the full collection. So we have just unlocked power jump, always useful. And we find chicken nugget, one of my kids' favourite foods. We have cookie in the middle. So that says try to catch it with a friend. So I assume you could use a friend, but if you have unlocked the power jump, as I've just shown you, you can get it by yourself. And of course, you know, fall straight through the other side. So you can go across the bridge, across the middle, or you can come across here. And these platforms are timed like so, so you are going to fall through if you do dilly-dally on them. And we have the bucket of fried chicken. Now, I don't mind KFC, it's alright, but I love the little hot wings with that really crispy crumb on them. And I almost wish that their original fried chicken had that crumb on it, because it is so delicious. KFC should offer like the extra crispy. And then making our way round to Red Velvet. So as I said, this is the one on the zip wire, so I don't know if there's a way to get it off the platform, so I just reset. And remember at the start of the video I said that the other zip wire will take you all the way through to Candy. So we are now back in the freezer at the kitchen. And I love the zip wire. I think that is such a nice touch. You get such a lovely aerial view of all the maps as well. And we have found meatball flan. Oh, that doesn't sound very nice because I associate flan with being like a sweet flan. Oh, like a custody meatball. No. No offence to anyone who likes that. I'm sure it's delicious, but not on theory to me. And we are in probably what would be my favouriteest map in the game for stuff to eat. So this is Candyland, and we have got our banana split. I don't quite get the Mario pipes, but I do like the fact you get teleported upside down and dropped. I think that's a lovely feature. Like, if you haven't played Find the Foodkins, I mean, I don't know where you've been, that game's been around for a while, but like this one is probably better. I have fallen back in love with Foodkins. I do love that cartoon to 3D effect. I think that's lovely. And the fact they swirl, it's just really well scripted, really well developed. I'm not gonna lie, it would be nice to see a few new fresh characters. I think I'm pretty much recognising a lot of these from the first game. Macaron. My kids begged me to buy the macaron, so I went to this fancy bakery in the city centre, and yeah, I bought them home, bought these really expensive macarons, all in different flavours. Yeah, they didn't like them at all. I don't know what that code is. That a code that I've unlocked? I didn't try it. If you know what that word in the middle was, then please do let me know. So I think they could have potentially done this not with water, but potentially sort of made it look a bit more like ice. But look at my skin. I've obviously gone somewhere cold because I have turned blue. I love it. Those heat elements to this game, red for hot, blue for cold, that brings a lot of life to the game. I love it. And also it damages you. I don't know, calling jelly gelatin just doesn't have that same ring, or like Jello. If somebody said, would you like some gelatin for dinner? I'd be like, ugh, no, I know that's what it's made out of. But it just doesn't have the same appeal as jelly or Jello. Would you like some gelatin sweets? Yummy. Have some gelatin beans. I'm not sure I'm overly keen with all of the kind of lollipops in the wall. It doesn't really have the same effect as kind of like a candy shop where they might have been in jars. But I do like the one that moves up and down as a platform, which we are coming up to now. That is nice. Maybe an obby might have been better where you do have the platform, so that might have worked a little bit better rather than just the one that's moving. It would bring in the rest of the lollipops that are along the wall. Bubblegum ice cream is just, I always find it really sickly. The best ice cream I've ever tried is Turkish Delight. So the door, it's a nice moving element. It does bring some life to the map because it moves. It's just a random door in the middle of the map. You know, I assume it's imitating a candy shop door, but maybe if it was actually opening and shutting the door to the map, to the next map, to Asian Paradise. So you maybe had two doors that actually covered Asian Paradise completely. Just so it feels like a door, it just feels like a door in the middle of the map if you see the difference. You know, for all intents and purposes, you could have had a falling candy cane rather than a door. My favourite breakfast of all time, I adore croissants. I've seen in London that they do like a £20 massive, as big as your head croissant. And I'm just thinking, I'd love to try that. And this one, look at the cream disappearing. Look at that scripting. I love that for apple smoothie. I want to see more of that in this game for the other maps. You had a lot of chances in sort of Mediterranean to bring that in as well, and they didn't. Into our next map of Asian Paradise now, and again I love that it's themed. I love the maps, they're really effective. They're not overly complicated, but they really have brought in a lot of elements, which is lovely. And I will say for Asian Paradise, compared to the rest of the other maps, is that I actually had to think about where to find some of these because they hid a couple of them really well. Would I say cinnamon roll would belong in Asian Paradise? Did cinnamon rolls like come from Asia? Because when I think cinnamon rolls, I automatically think that should be in America for like Cinnabons. But obviously I wouldn't want to kind of like disregard that item's heritage if it did actually come from Asia. Boba cat. Again, I was disappointed no find the Bobas this week. This is where I'm just not going to know what some of these foods are, but I'm really interested to try them. Into the volcano, and we have Boba Bear. And again, you have that lovely damage, that lovely heat, because volcanoes are hot. I love the sushi belts going. Shame they're not moving. That really would have been the icing on the cake if that sushi belt would have been going round and the dishes going round like it is in the restaurants. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that one, I'm really sorry. I'm I'm probably going to do more offence trying to pronounce some of these dishes than if I just don't. Love panda bun. My son would love that because one of his favourite animals is a panda. He's loved them since his very first teddy bear was a panda. All these characters are just all very sweet and all very happy, and it's just a very positive kind of collection of characters. There's a very controversial durian fruit there. Has anyone actually tried durian fruit? Because I just sometimes think when you're watching social media and you're watching them eat like durian fruit, that fish, that really smelly fish, and I'm just thinking, are they acting to like get the views? Like they're all like, ugh! I'm just like, seriously, is it that bad? But then I don't want to take the risk and try it if it is. Mochi doesn't look very happy, they look a bit concerned there. Red banana? Are bananas red? No. I have never seen a red banana. I've just seen our genetically modified yellow ones. I did see a TikTok of somebody actually holding what they said was like a true banana, and it was sort of almost like black, like if we leave ours too long, and they said that it had seeds in it. I'd be really interested to see, like, taste wise, if it tastes more banana-y. But I mean, the post that I worry about the most is where they've got like rubbery fruit and vegetables out of the supermarket. Like, no. It would have been nice to have some more sort of recognisable sushi in these bowls. Like the Californian roll, if you see what I mean, inside of the sushi. I still want them to move. Imagine if it snaked all the way through the map and you missed your foodkin and had to sort of chase it or wait for it. They've got to put that in an update, please. So again, you do have one of these kind of badges for your death. So that is eruption. I wonder if I would have got one if I would have died in the freezer. So here is where they have hidden one really well in the steamed bun. And that was something like inside something big. That one did take me a little while to find. Into Samba Jungle, and again, like, they have literally developed a completely different map again. There's different interesting things to do in here. So coming in here, we have unlocked 3 times speed. It's a little crazy for me. I could see how it would be beneficial to kind of run from one map to another, but I just didn't have the 3 speed on. The drums I will come back and do at the end of this section. It took me a little while to figure out how to work these. I was like, conga. What tune does the conga have? I was googling what the song was for the conga. I mean, it's literally like the song that's played since I was a child, but it's like, do do do, come and do the conga. There's a lovely race across the flowers. So you have to start off at the water. So this is where that 3 speed and the power jump is really going to help you. Again, love the disappearing pineapple top to get squash. Love the flowers with the Brazilian flag inside. That really brings that samba theme in. Chocolate lava cake, a dessert that could so easily go wrong if you're making it at home. You either serve it raw or you can sometimes overcook it and it's just like a sponge cake. See, this is where I'm saying they could hide some of the Foodkins inside. You've got a massive mound of rice there that you could literally put one inside. You could have hidden the one on top of the stew pot over there, which we'll get in a moment, inside of the pot rather than on top. I love fruit punch with the little boxing gloves. I love that in the Foodkins. I think that's a really sweet play on words for the character. So going inside of the snail soup, we get teleported here to the top of the waterfall and we can find pineapple and pineapple pizza. Now, whilst I am a fan of the Hawaiian pizza with ham and pineapple, I don't really think I would like just pineapple. And we have pineapple juice at the bottom of the waterfall. And just in case you are wondering, for those of you who are playing right now while the Halloween event is on, I will do the whole Halloween ones as a section at the end of the video, don't worry. I don't get why gummy worm is in the water. When I think like worm, I would think of sort of dirt, ground, so maybe a drop down into the kind of map itself may have been a nice change up to that one. I would have potentially had sort of Swedish fish in the, or some kind of fish inside of the actual water area. I'm sure from sort of the continents or the countries where you would think of Samba, they would have some form of fish that could have gone in there. I do wonder why the next zone they've gone through water, whereas all the other ones it's sort of an open map. But I will say, wait until you see Mediterranean. It's probably because of how they styled the map, but it is one of my favourites. Again, we've got some lovely ones on the sun here. Missed that one. Second try we found Jawbreaker. Never again. I had one of those when I was a teenager. Didn't smash it with a hammer, I just sat there and kind of licked at it and all of my taste buds went so sore and they were all swollen. So no, never again would I ever eat a giant gobstopper, which is what we call them here. This is a absolutely wonderful touch to this game. So when you get to Samba Jungle, you can morph and look, you can have a hot dog, you can have a cupcake, or you can have the peach princess. I love that touch. Usually you have to pay for morphs like that, so I love that they've given it for free when you get for this level. I don't know, sometimes morphing I'm like, oh, I really wish I played with Robux so I could change my character. Obviously, my ethos for the channel is play for free, therefore I have only the free stuff, but... So here is the conga dance, so you don't have to do it. Look at the maracas. It will give you the colour code that you need to do. So see there, you've got the white, the purple, the orange, and then you've got the blue at the bottom, then you've got white, yellow, green, red. So it's purple, orange, blue, yellow, green, red. Into Mediterranean now. So diving back down, and we're going into here where it says Mediterranean, and look, we have this diving helmet on. So I'm assuming the bubbles, I don't know if it's because I'm a mobile user or what was going on, but I didn't die. I didn't have to collect air when I was down here. This is a very cheeky one hidden in the squares. Love that because you could so easily swim away from that. And the thing is with this game, because the hints previously in Foodkins I thought gave it away quite a lot, because it used to show you where the foodkin was, whereas this just gives you kind of a bit of a clue. It can be quite cryptic to point you in the right direction. So I do like the fact that they've moved that away from that visual clue. Love the bubbles, love the diving helmets. I wish that the actual air would have worked, because it would have made that just a bit more challenging to make sure you keep getting air. Again, my skin is going blue because I'm obviously in cold water. The kind of map for this one is a tiny bit mishmash. So you've got sort of like what looks like a motorcycle sphere, a pyramid, a ruin, you've got this temple. I maybe would have stuck with something of like Lost City of Atlantis with a shipwreck. That would have worked. It's just a little bit hodgepodge with all of the different styles of temples, because they wouldn't be all in the same location. Again, if they opened up the ship itself to go down into the actual bottom levels of the ship, that might be a nice place to hide one. So a word to the wise, collect that pizza cutter. I went past and I was like, what is that doing down here? Didn't understand what it was for. It will all become apparent when you go to the surface. This I absolutely loved. So you touch the padlock and then the treasure chest will open. Again, I love that interaction with the map. I love that little bit of life of the chest opening. But I'd be pretty bummed if I was a pirate, found that treasure chest and there was nothing inside. It'd be like the Titanic, where he's looking for the heart of the ocean and all he finds is a drawing and a few bits of wet old money. I was expecting a tad more sort of sea-themed bits of food in here, but it's absolutely fine, it still works. See, this is where I'm saying like it's just a bit hodgepodge, because you've sort of got like Egyptian, and then you've got like sort of Greek, and then I don't know what the other one is over there, like the other temple. So for onion soup, again, a nice little bit of interaction with the map. You need to touch the 3 pyramids. Again, you could utilise the bottom of the pyramid to swim in to go and get one as well. That bubbles just really does make it, it does really feel like you are diving. Again, a bit of life to the fish maybe, and have the Foodkin swimming around with it. If you think of sort of Find the Blippies that I did, you know, they had the actual sea creatures moving. Again, I don't get this. This looks like that kind of sphere of death when they have like the motorcycles going and you've got like 3 or 4 of them going around the cage at one time. Or is it a fishing net? Is that what it's supposed to be? I've got a feeling that that's supposed to be a fishing net, so I don't know whether they should have actually made that look a little bit more like a net. Maybe if they had like is it the buoys or like the kind of floats at the bottom of the net, it may have looked a bit more like a net rather than a kind of circle. Maybe had some fish in there and I might have got the purpose of it. See, like, I am a real big fan of garlic, but I just think garlic soup, is it? I love anything garlic. I'm going to have to try it one of the days. I'm going to have to make it, I think. It's like all the rage on TikTok was literally these freeze-dried vegetables, including garlic, and I'm like, oh, I don't know, like, I remember eating like these little garlicky crisps, and they were like little mini French breads. And literally, like, I got up the next morning after brushing my teeth thoroughly, and all I could taste was like really bad garlic. And I'm like, oh my god, I can't go out and meet people and talk to them at work. It's smelling like this. Like, do you literally have really bad breath after literally eating freeze-dried garlic? I don't know. Going through the temple door, and then this brings us up to what feels like a lovely sort of seaside picnic. I don't know, but I do like the fact that the walls are all like food cans. And again, on the whole, they have placed the Foodkin with the relevant food. So obviously this is a tagine. I don't know if maybe it was set up on sort of picnic blankets or picnic benches. It is a little random with the food just placed all on the beach. And then it's sort of like the size of the food in the teapot in comparison to the fishing boat. See, why isn't the tea going into the spout, into the teapot? As you know, I've literally just come home from Turkey. That was where we went on holiday. And I think I ate baklava every day because that was the only pudding that I liked there. But I love, like, even the build of that wrap or sandwich or whatever that is really nice. You know, they haven't just put like just the meat, you know, you can see the layers, the onion, tomato, lettuce, the meat. I really like that. That does not look like mashed potato. I was thinking like tartar sauce because I saw the fish and then I saw that. And I wouldn't, like, mashed potato, you'd never have like a big hunking pile of fish and then just have like a teeny tiny portion of mashed potato. So here is where I said you would need that pizza cutter. So had I touched it when I was down there, I would have had it strapped onto my back. So So obviously it's not to worry if you did miss it, you just need to swim back and go and touch the pizza cutter. But again, I love that little bit of side quest. It breaks up sort of monotony of just running around and touching characters. And it all makes sense why it was there sticking out of the sand. So you will think that you haven't got it, but you can just see it sort of strapped to your back there. Obviously with the dive helmet being so big. So you don't have to go through the temple door, you can just swim up to the surface and jump out. It does just take a little while to swim up though. And there you go, now the dive helmet is off, you can see the pizza cutter, but I have just landed right away from the pizza. And there we go. Into Ratatouille. After having watched the film, I know exactly what that looks like. Should that be scrambled egg? What is scrambled eggs? I'm gonna have to Google what crumbled eggs are. We have leek. The only one that was on the sidewall, so it might have been nice to include a bit more on the cans or inside the cans around the outside. Again, that triple speed is going to help you go up and get caprese salad. They look like mussels, which I will never touch again in my life. I got seriously poisoned off mussels to the point that I nearly died, so I'm not ever touching that kind of seafood again. Again, you've got that lovely index, which I said is on every map. That sort of helmet off, helmet on, helmet off. This is where I said previously that obviously this is where the 3x speed is going to help you when you need to run a lot in the map. So we're making our way over to the fishing boat because you know there'll be a foodkin on there. Again, double jump, 3x jump, the 3x speed will help. So glad that they didn't do what they did in Foodkins. So in Foodkins you had to collect like 12 grapes, I think it was, that moved around the map in order to get the New Year's one. That was something that came out obviously at New Year's. I love that they've stuck one on the kind of hook there. Although gummy worm would have been such a better placement for that pun of fishing with worms. But I do like that it moves when you touch it. Yeah, that's definitely a fishing net, isn't it? And then we just have the final one in the middle of the sea, just on the surface there. And that is fish and chips, can't beat it. So a recommendation from me for the next map would be like a toxic waste nuclear, where you could have all sour based foods, and also where you could turn yourself green. They did that in Foodkins before. And now we are on to the Halloween event. And just look at the effort that the developer has gone to change the map in time for Halloween. I take my hat off to them. Like, this is fabulous. It's not just the inclusion of sort of scary themed ones. Like they've added pumpkins, spiders, ghosts, sort of all of the creepy stuff. The whole map's now sort of a tint of green. They've changed the colour of water to red so it looks like blood. You know, they have gone to town. They've almost reworked all of their maps just to fit in Halloween. Love this little side quest, so you've got to eat the pumpkins to get the pumpkin latte. Again, that is a lovely little feature. So we have this kind of weird portal, and the portal will drop you in other areas of the map. So it's probably my recommendation to find the portals and just keep going through them. So I will show you now why. So we get teleported through to Samba Jungle, and we found the candy bat through that portal. So I thought it was only at Deviled Egg, and he was the kind of the main one that you teleported through. So obviously I ran back. Here you can see that they've turned that water into that blood red. So if you are trying to get Deviled Egg, I would just try and touch Deviled Egg rather than the portal itself. But there is one in the middle of the map, and Cherry Pie is on top of the bats. And obviously if you drop down just right, you can land on the bat and get Cherry Pie. These were the kind of Halloweeny, so that one was inside of a coffin, I believe, that only appeared at night or at weekends or something like that in Find the Foodkins. So there's where I said, like the Deviled Egg, you can collect it. And this is where I say if you keep going in and out of the portals, it will actually take you to where all of the other spooky Foodkins are. So there's actually one in the kitchen. It just disorientates you a little bit to kind of know where you are. Ghost pepper, something I will never try ever in my life. I hate spicy food, I don't tolerate it very well. Into the kind of sea area for Mediterranean, and we find pumpkin pie. I do almost miss some of the side quests. So for Deviled Egg, I think you had to infect so many players in the map in order to get that one. So again, we're back at the kitchen. That was for the candy bat that we already had in Samba Jungle. So giving up on the portals, going into Asian Paradise. Just by the index board we have the Witch's Brew. So you can actually go inside of the pumpkin. I was like, hey, where am I? Realised then where I was. So just be mindful to jump on the stalk. In Candy, it does say to look for the ghost. So the ghost is in the corner there, and you can see the foodkin on top of the ghost's head. And that is Zombie Cupcake. And then back into Mediterranean, it talks about the pirate. And this is for the skull lollipop. So we can notice instantly a change down the kind of gun barrel, the cannon porthole. And you can see that it is trapped behind the portal. So yes, we're going to have to try and go back and find the portal, and then it's just a case of keep going through the portals until eventually you are thrown into the Skull Lollipops one. So So go into the pumpkin pie one behind the temple. Random one in Samba Jungle, but that takes us to Skull Pop. So I don't know whether if you go to that one you'll go directly to Skull Pop. And there we have it, another wonderful game. I'm glad I tried it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you real soon.